Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Yonela Chiliwe, and if you are returning, thank you so much for coming back. I really do appreciate you. I appreciate your comments, I appreciate you liking my videos, and I appreciate you watching my videos all the way to an end. Okay, so today's video we are reviewing a book called The 5 a.m. Club. This book is by Sharma. I don't know if you remember, but in one of my earlier vlogs, I did mention that I've been reading this book and it was helping me a lot to find a structure on how I win my mornings, in fact on how I win my days in general. And guys, this book is not new at all. It was published in 2018, but fortunately I only read the book this year, so I thought it was important for me to just bring you guys a review on the book, and especially on our journey of us being successful and us becoming mad believers of ourselves, and making sure that we do not allow any limiting beliefs or negative thoughts about ourselves. And I think this book is actually a boost towards what we're trying to achieve, and as we continue our journey of becoming successful. I'm going to go through the lessons that I've picked up from the book, and if maybe you've also read the book and maybe there are things that you would like to share, maybe that I would not have necessarily mentioned in this video, you are welcome to also comment down below and share also your takeaways. Okay, this book has been endorsed by entrepreneurs and business executives in the world. So Robin is actually sharing with us the practical advice on how we should improve the quality of our mornings. So he talks about the importance of waking up early. And I was reminded of the saying that the early risers are able to win in life, which is in fact true. If, for example, you think about the most successful women, sorry guys, but if you think about the most successful men and women in the world, they also do wake up early. And for me personally, I look up to a number of women in the whole world. And maybe if you look at the life of Oprah, your Michelle Obama, your Mel Robbins, and if we bring it closer to home, your Tulima Donsela, your Connie Ferguson, if you follow, especially if you follow Connie Ferguson on Instagram, then you'll see that the lady does practice the routine of 5 a.m. She wakes up early, she goes to the gym, sometimes she goes for boxing early in the morning, and then after she starts her day. So I think it's very good that we also look up to those successful women, so that we can see the importance of the morning and how it has impacted their lifestyle and where they are right now. Personally, I am reminded of my story. I don't know if you guys can relate, but growing up, we used to visit the homestead. We used to revisit our grandparents. And I mean, it used to be very exciting, especially during school holidays. My mother would take us to the homestead, and then we would visit our grandparents. And I always found it annoying to go there. And as much, it used to be annoying because my grandmother would wake us up at 5 a.m., sometimes even before then, to make sure that the house is clean, and we cook, we make breakfast, we make lunch, we make supper, and all sorts of chores. And it used to be so annoying, but I think now that I'm older, I understand the importance is thereof. Because I mean, if you do everything early in the day, then you feel like you've won the day and you've owned your day and you feel well accomplished. So Robin Sharma sets out a formula of an hour, and he says that from 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock, this is the formula that we should adopt. So guys, he breaks down the first hour into 3 sets of 20 minutes, and he says that On the first 20 minutes, we need to move. So this is where we need to take our morning runs. This is where we need to maybe walk or dance for the first 20 minutes. And then the second round of the 20 minutes is where you need to reflect. You can pray, you can meditate, and maybe you can even journal on the second 20 minutes and think about your day. And then the last round of the 20 minutes, this is where you now need to grow intellectually. You either read a book or maybe listen to your favorite podcast. I myself, I do it differently, which is not so different, but I just swap the 20 minutes around. How I do it: on my first 20 minutes of the first hour, I wake up, I pray, I meditate, I also journal, and I also focus on my to-do list for the day. So that's how my reflection agenda is. And then my second 20 minutes, it's where I also move, but I don't run. I don't go to the gym. I just get out of my house, and then I take my morning walks, and yeah, I come back to the house. And then lastly, this is where now I grow intellectually as well. I listen to my favorite podcasts, and then I also read my books. So currently I am reading Founding Myself by Viola Davis, and I'll probably do that review with you guys at a later stage. So that's what I'm reading. That's what I do on my last 20 minutes. My further lessons from this book, obviously there is a formula that we now need to follow, but also the further lessons that I've picked up from the book is that we need to make sure that we protect our work environment. So as you start your day, you need to make sure that the spaces that you work in are very clean. You remove unnecessary papers or unnecessary books in your workspaces, and that your desk or whichever workspace area that you work in is very clean, and you don't focus on anything else other than working. And you don't worry about the dirty environment, because when the space is dirty, it may affect your progress in the several tasks that you'll be busy with throughout the day. And then secondly, he also speaks about the power of associates, saying that it is very, very important for us to associate ourselves with like-minded people. And I was thinking about this deeply, and then I realized that it does not necessarily mean that you need to associate yourself. You're a doctor, you must associate yourself with doctors. No, he necessarily means that you need to associate yourself with like-minded people, level-headed people, and people who are also trying to grow in their respective journeys like you do. So you need to make sure that you guard against that. And if you have people around you who are constantly putting you down and maybe negative about your dreams, whenever you're trying to share your visions and your dreams with them, and they do not necessarily hear or see the vision, then you need to cut out those people, because they will indirectly set you back. And then thirdly, he speaks about voluntary discomfort and the fact that we need to place ourselves in the voluntary discomfort. And I thought about myself. There are so many, obviously, voluntary discomfort that I can subject myself into, but the ones that I think of immediately are the ones that I've dealt with recently. I deleted my Uber Eats app, so I'm trying to cut down on takeaways, because if I eat so much takeaways, that will affect my health, and if my health is at risk, then that will mean that I will not be able to be successful as I would like to be. So I've cut that out. And also just to be consistent and make sure that I go for my morning walks and sometimes even the afternoon walks, because I don't like exercising, so that's the least I can do. But doing that in itself, it's making sure it's placing myself in a very difficult position, in a very uncomfortable situation, but it's a voluntary discomfort, and it's something that I'm willing to make sure that I practice, so that I can become a better person, so that I can become the best version of myself, and I think by overcoming those discomforts, then it will enable me to be more powerful, enable me to be, to feel well and feel good about myself, and maybe to feel well accomplished, because you are constantly placing yourself in a discomfort that will actually, or that will ultimately enable you to be the best version of yourself altogether. Maybe there's any one of you who is listening to this video and you have read the book, please also share your lessons down below. Let's engage, share your lessons with us, because I just had to highlight some of the key takeaways, but there's a lot in this book that I did not mention. So if you've read the book and you would like to share some lessons with us, please do so that we can all learn from you. And I would like to thank you guys for again watching this video, and if you really liked it, please give it a huge thumbs up, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye bye.